So for a while, Smash Ultimate has been pretty much dead when it comes to new content. The last time we ever got new content was in January of 2022 when the evil Ryu spirit was added in a new spirit event. And ever since it was included, it has taken up its own row on the spirit list, which has forever annoyed me even to this day. And after that, things were kinda just dead with Smash. Until recently. You see, back in December, Smash Ultimate celebrated its 5th anniversary, and to celebrate the anniversary, Nintendo announced that they would be hosting 4 new Spirit events for the game in 2024, adding brand new spirits for the first time in 2 years, which surprised everyone, including myself. And recently, the game held the first of these 4 new events, giving us new spirits from some of the most recent Nintendo Switch games, including Rauru from The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Noah and Mio from Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Deep Cut from Splatoon 3, and Aochi from Persona 4. I said Persona 4. I'm sorry. I can't believe I just said that. Let me. And Aochi from Persona. I said it again. Oh my god, this Persona brain rot is really getting to me right now. Okay. And Aochi from Pikmin 4. Since there's a little bit of downtime until the next spirit event starts, I was getting curious as to what these next spirits might be. So today, I decided that I'm going to be predicting the new spirits coming in these next 3 spirit events. In addition to predicting the spirits themselves, I'll also be predicting how their spirit battles might play out. And hopefully some, if not all of these predictions can come true in later events. Before I start though, I would really appreciate it if you guys could go down and hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel by pressing the button down there, and just leaving a comment down below, as it really helps the YouTube algorithm pick up on this video and spread it to more audiences. But if you've already done that, then let's just get right into it. So the second spirit event, much like the first, will include 4 spirits from recent Nintendo Switch games. These 4 spirits are Prince Florian from Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Car Kirby from Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Alear from Fire Emblem Engage, and Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Sprigatito from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. First up, for Prince Florian's spirit battle, he'll be represented by a green Ivysaur, since both of them are green quadruped creatures, and the orange flower on Ivysaur's back can reference the orange flower that Prince Florian wears on his head. The stage will be Windy Hill Zone as a reference to the Flower Kingdom, since Green Hill Zone's a green, grassy place with flowers growing. Additionally, flower-based items like the Fire Flower and Lipstick will appear because, you know, Prince Florian's from the Flower Kingdom, and the items will also be pulled towards the opponent as well. Lastly, the Skull Kid Assist trophy will occasionally appear to reference the Wonder effects in Mario Wonder. I know there's no Wonder effect where you turn invisible or go upside down or your controls are switched, but honestly, Skull Kid was probably the closest thing I could come up with. So the next spirit I have is Car Kirby from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Originally, I was going to do Elfilin instead, but the more I looked at him, the more I realized that he's just a flying rat, and that's not really interesting. You know what is interesting though? Kirby sucking on a whole car! In this spirit, you'll fight against Kirby and Larry Koopa. Kirby will obviously represent himself, while Larry will represent the car, because, you know, he pilots a clown car. And I chose Larry specifically because his light blue color scheme matches the color scheme of the car that Kirby uses. For this battle, the enemy will be able to attack you by dashing, referencing how you can use the car to run over enemies, and Larry will prefer to use the side special, since that turns the clown car into a car. The battle will take place on Temple, since it kinda looks like a grassy city-like place, much like the first level in Kirby, and additionally, the Captain Assist trophy will appear since, you know, he drives a car. And then after that, we have Alear from Fire Emblem Engage, and this spirit will have both the male and female Alear, and both of them will be represented respectively by Marth and Lucina in their white costumes. Marth represents the male Alear, while Lucina represents the female Alear, and I chose their white costumes specifically because Alear's armor is also white. And on top of that, Marth's blue hair and Lucina's red hair can be a reference to the dual color scheme of Alear's hair. The stage will be Castle Siege because Fire Emblem, I guess, and on top of that, the Lyn Assist trophy will also appear. In Fire Emblem Engage, you're able to use rings to summon ghostly versions of previous Fire Emblem heroes, including everyone that's playable in Smash, as well as Lyn, hence her assist trophy appearing here. And for the final spirit, we have Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Sprigatito, the starter Pokemon of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Fuecoco will be represented by a white Ness, Quaxley will be represented by a light blue Falco because they're both birds, and Sprigatito will be represented by a green Incineroar since Sprigatito kinda resembles Incineroar's pre-evolution Litten. Additionally, Ness will prefer to use the side special PK Fire since Fuecoco is a fire type. The stage you'll fight on is Skyloft because it kinda looks like a Pokemon town. I don't really know my Pokemon, this is really the best I could do. And furthering the Pokemon reference, only Pokeballs will spawn during the match, and the match will also be a stamina battle. So that concludes the spirits that I think will be in the second spirit event. So let's go on to the third event. Now the thing with this event is that, unlike the others, this one will only have 3 spirits instead of 4. And the reason for that is because if all the events were to have 4 spirits, the final spirit of the 4th event would once again just take up its own row, creating the same problem that the evil Ryu spirit had. So to resolve this problem, I decided that one event would have 1 less spirit, and I decided to give it to the 3rd spirit event, which coincidentally all have spirits from Sega related franchises. These Sega spirits are Sage from Sonic Frontiers, Viola from Bayonetta 3, and Cease from Persona 3. Yeah, I know Sonic's representation in Smash is kinda eh, but you know what, a guy can dream, so let's go ahead and give Sage a spirit battle. I decided to make Peach in her white costume represent Sage, and Peach will start the battle off wearing the rocket belt, referencing how Sage can fly. The stage you fight on will be Gaur Plain, which is a reference to Kronos Island, the first of the Starfall Islands in Sonic Frontiers. And in addition to that, the metal-faced stage boss can be a reference to Giganto, the titan that appears on Kronos Island. After Peach is defeated, a giant Rob in his red and white color scheme will make an appearance, referencing Supreme, a titan that Supersonic fights on Oranos Island before Sage takes control of it to fight the final boss. After that, we got Viola from Bayonetta 3. I can't believe Bayonetta named a character after the worst string instrument in existence. Anyway, for this battle, you'll fight Sheik in her purple costume, and she'll start the battle with a Killing Edge, referencing the sword that Viola wields, the Mob Dachi. You'll fight on the Umbra Clock Tower stage, and the Ashley Assist Trophy will also make an appearance, referencing how Viola is an Umbra Witch in training, and Ashley is also a witch. And lastly, we have Cease from Persona 3. I know Persona 3 Reload isn't coming to Switch, but think of it as a commemoration of Persona 3 Portable coming to Switch instead. I'm just using the Persona 3 Reload artwork for this spirit since, you know, it's more detailed. Anyway, with that out of the way, there is one other thing to mention. Much like with the Phantom Thieves of Heart spirit, all of the members of Cease will be in the spirit artwork, but not all of them will actually be represented in the battle. Namely, Fuka Yamagishi and Aigis will not be represented, mostly because I couldn't really find a character that really represented them well. So with that out of the way, here are the characters that I think will represent the other members of Cease. So first up with the Persona 3 protagonist, if you have the Persona 3 protagonist Mii costume, then he'll be represented by a Mii sword fighter wearing the costume. However, if you don't have the costume, then instead he'll be represented by a dark blue Marth since they both have blue hair, wield swords in battle, and are voiced by Yuri Lowenthal in English. Yukari Takaba is represented by a purple Zelda because, I don't know, similar color schemes I guess? Junpei Iori is represented by a light blue Luigi since they're both the clumsy goofballs of their teams that wear hats. Akihiko Sanada is represented by Little Mac in his red-blue costume since Akihiko wears boxing gloves in battle. Mitsuru Kirijo is represented by a red Lucina since they have red hair, and Lucina's sword could also represent Mitsuru's rapiers. Koromaru is represented by a white duck hunt since, you know, dog. Ken Amada is represented by Lucas in its Klaus outfit, which is a reference to how both Ken and Lucas lost their mothers at a young age, and Shinjiro Aragaki is represented by King Dedede in his black costume since they both wield hammers in battle and both wear beanies. If you don't have Joker's DLC, then the stage will be Spear Pillar to reference Tartarus, but if you do have the Joker DLC, then the stage will instead change to the Persona 3 version of Mementos. Well, that does it for the third spirit event, so let's go on to the fourth and final one, which once again will have 4 spirits from various first-party Nintendo Switch releases. The first of those will be the Sports Mates from Nintendo Switch Sports. For this battle, you'll fight 3 Mii Sword Fighters and 3 Mii Brawlers. Obviously, I'm using the Miis since Sports Mates are pretty much the inferior version of Miis, and the 3 Sword Fighters will represent the Sports Mates that are playing Chambara, Badminton, and Tennis in the artwork, while the Brawlers will represent the volleyball, soccer, and bowling players. The stage will be Woohoo Island, referencing how Nintendo Switch Sports is the spiritual successor to Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and more specifically it'll be on the Swordplay Coliseum, referencing how Swordplay returns in Nintendo Switch Sports under the name Chambara. During the battle, various sport-based items will also appear, including soccer balls, home run bats, and beast balls. I know baseball isn't a sport in Nintendo Switch Sports, but you know what, screw it, we ballin'. The second spirit that I have is Rabid Rosalina from Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. For this battle, she'll be represented by Rosalina, obviously, and you'll fight on the Fountain of Dream stage, referencing Curse's Stronghold, the final level in Sparks of Hope. Rosalina will start the battle with a bunny hood referencing, well, the Rabbid part of her, and the floor will also be sleep-inducing, referencing Rabid Rosalina's Inui ability from Sparks of Hope, which puts all nearby enemies in stasis for 1 turn. And on top of that, Rosalina will also favor her side special, Starbits, referencing Rabid Rosalina's personal weapon, the Kaboomer. The third spirit I have is Wario from WarioWare Move It. I know Wario already has a few spirits in the base game, but Move It gives Wario a new vacation outfit, which I think would be pretty cool to have as its own spirit. For this one, you'll obviously fight Wario, and specifically I'm going with his player 5-all, since the color scheme is the closest one to his vacation clothing. And on top of that, he'll be accompanied by 5 teammates that represent some of his friends, including Dr. Mario, Mii Swordfighter, and Isabelle representing Dr. Crygor, Ashley, and 5-volt, just like in their spirit battles, along with a White Daisy representing Mona, and Ludwig von Koopa representing Jimmy T, since they both have big blue hair. Despite this, however, you only need to defeat the main fighter, Wario, to win. This battle will take place on Delfino Plaza, referencing Caresaway Island, the main location of WarioWare Move It, but the catch is that there's only a 1-minute time limit, referencing the short nature of the microgames in the WarioWare series. And for the last spirit... oh, shoot. I actually haven't found a final spirit to add yet. Oh god, what do I do? Alright, better start doing some research. Alright, Nintendo Switch games in 2023. Let's see, okay, no, it's not this one. Everybody 1-2 Switch. That'll be a great game to finish things off. So, the final spirit that I'm going with is Horace from Everybody 1-2 Switch. He'll be represented by a Mii Brawler wearing the bear hat and suit. Unfortunately, there's no horse mask, so the bear hat was the best thing I could go with. And on top of that, he'll be accompanied by several smaller Mii Brawlers wearing the Super Smash Bros. T-shirt, referencing how Everybody 1-2 Switch is a multiplayer game and can support up to 100 players apparently. And the stage will be WarioWare Inc. to represent the games that you can play in 1-2 Switch. Alright, there. I'm finally done. Those are my predictions for the spirits that I think will be coming in the future spirit events in Smash Ultimate. I can't wait to see Horace from Everybody 1-2 Switch end off the lineup. He's gonna be absolutely awesome! Oh yeah, I need to make an outro, huh? Like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go play more Persona 5 Royal. See ya!